You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out.
Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
Just before 10 a.m. on December 16, 2021, police respond to a shooting outside a Harlem barbershop. Arriving on scene, they find a 24-year-old victim named Oscar Hernandez, aka O.Y. Waka, with gunshot wounds to his back and neck. He was transferred to a hospital but later succumbed to his injuries. In the days to come, NYPD Crime Stoppers would release a picture of the suspect wanted for murder. The picture shows a suspect masked with a very distinct outfit. The rare $1,000 Amiri jeans he just recently bought at an Amiri store would later come back to haunt him. K-Flock was eventually identified as the alleged shooter, and a wanted poster was issued. 1 week after the murder on December 23, 2021, K-Flock would surrender himself to the police and be arrested for second-degree murder. While awaiting trial in early 2023, things got even worse for him. He was federally indicted on gang charges.
Welcome back to Soda TV. You know, first and foremost, we gotta shout out Cuff Boys, CUFBOYS, for the video. We couldn't have did it without him. I couldn't find what I needed for this on nowhere but his channel. So thank you. Today, we have New York rapper K-Flock, who federal paperwork has listed as a GANG member of the Sev Side / DOA. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm as up to par on New York politics as I am with Chicago and several other places, but I'm getting there, you know. But I do go do my research, so I'm not gonna never come to y'all with inaccurate information or some BS. So K-Flock, who was seen walking on camera with this female who fans are saying is his sister, but it's not given with me, because it's like, why you walking through Ang with a G at the beginning territory with your sister? You know, you had a blick on you, so obviously you knew that wherever y'all were going, there might have been harm. I can't see a person who's thinking straight taking their sister with them, you know. But anyway, K-Flock was identified easily by his expensive clothing he had on. He had on some Amiris that he had just purchased not too long ago before that drill, along with some exclusive Jordans. I saw one channel talking about the Jordans he had on months and months ago. But I'm not even sure if they was Jordans, just because it was so long ago, y'all, and I like to be on point with the information I give y'all. So if I'm not on point with that, don't quote me. Anyway, they was walking through the OY's territory. Now we gonna get into that in a second, because K-Flock's, him and his associates diss them often. So they going through this neighborhood that he know he ain't supposed to be in unless you're looking for trouble. So K-Flock and the girl he's with walk past the barbershop. You know, he go past, he looks in there, and they keep walking, and then a guy by the name of Oscar Hernandez pops out of the barbershop and engages in, you can see, like, the conversation ain't that good. You know, says several things to K-Flock, and K-Flock kind of responds and reacts to it a couple different times by turning around and saying what he had to say before K-Flock just totally just blitzed him and drilled him right then and there. Until today, I thought that Oscar, the dude that's identified as Oscar Hernandez, that was the victim, I thought that the news was making it seem as if he was an innocent nobody who was just inside a barbershop, who K Flock, this great big time rapper, drilled an innocent person that was coming out to say whatever. You feel me? But when the feds did they investigation, they found out that K Flock and his homies, which is DOA, they been dissing, OIs. And in fact, that neighborhood was OI territory. And guess who Oscar Hernandez was? He was a part of the OIs. Ooh wee. And then, not even that, I just found out today, doing this research, that I was under the impression that K Flock was just walking past the barbershop and Oscar came out, and that's when they started engaging with each other. No, when K Flock was walking past the barbershop, he stopped and looked in there, in which Oscar was then able to identify him, and he was able to identify Oscar as Ops. And then K Flock continued to walk. So, we got an antagonizing factor right there. And I think courts are going to use that, man. I think that's going to be big in the courtroom. I'm talking about big. So, Hernandez came out replying to K Flock, taunting him. He came out taunting K Flock. And like I said, he wasn't innocent. He was an OY. So this goes from being the news reporting it as a rapper versus a civilian. This goes on to be a ANG with a G at the beginning versus ANG, a organization on organization, op on op. You know what I'm saying? This was in the streets. This is considered fair. It's battle. So before we get into where this leads K Flock and K Flock's destiny from all this, I gotta ask you to hit that like button. This lets the algorithm know that this video has what it takes to win, and more people can see it just like you're seeing it. Share this video, not just yourself, family, friends, and etc. if you have the time and patience. The biggest thing I ask of you on all of these videos is to subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do it now, you can wait till the end of the video to see if I earn it. But I will be reminding you at the end of the video, and just be a man or a woman of your word, right? Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces in the future. K Flock's court date, which is in the federal courtroom, is set for March 10th, 5 days from today. And like I say, it's feds, so they're more than likely, feds deal with conspiracies and things that are not what it is. Basically, they make something out of nothing. So they're gonna go off of the picture that's being painted more than the evidence. And for here right now, we got K Flock being painted as this great ANG with a G at the beginning leader, of DOA Southside, that transitioned into a big time rapper that still has this power and influence in the streets, and he's getting dirty himself. This is a great comparison of this is King Von. Even though K Flock is not to that extent, it's that Zach came from the streets, using the money and influence to put back into the streets, and you are getting your hands dirty yourself, and you got caught doing it. And this puts K Flock in a very bad space, man. But K Flock do have Lil Durk's lawyer and a couple more celebrities that he defended. He's one of those great A1 lawyers, but it's the sad thing and bad thing. New York doesn't have a stand your ground law. So the premises that you're going to argue, the only premises that anyone can argue for K Flock and which K-Fly can really do himself, is you got to argue a type of self-defense. It has to be. That's the only argument they have. But, you know, it's a lot of other factors, like in New York, you ain't supposed to have a blick. You know, ain't that like a mandatory 5 years in New York? I don't know about New York laws, and I actually ate with an H at the beginning. I ate New York laws, and that's why I really don't even want to go there. Not that I'm gonna go there to commit any crimes, but it's like, man, like, y'all be doing too much. So, like I say, what can his lawyer really do with for a defense? The only thing I see is even if it ain't no stand your ground in New York, still making it a stand your ground issue, as if K-Fly and the girl that he was with didn't know what was on the other side of that building in that barbershop. They didn't know whether what was in there, along with Oscar Hernandez, was going to unalive both of them and erase them. You feel me? They were under that much pressure and under that great of a threat, and that's what made K-Fly boom. You know, that's like the only thing I can really see, and then from there keeping it in God's hands. You feel me? Other than that, like, what else could K-Fly do? Like, it's no stand your ground. And then you antagonize the man. Like, you gonna have to get past the fact that you peered into the barbershop and locked eyes with that man, which set him off. So that might eliminate a self-defense in any form. We don't know. But fans say in the comment section that if it were in any other state but New York, that it would be stand your ground, and this wouldn't even be a case. I don't know, but it sounds like they know what they're talking about in that, you know, on that specific example. But y'all let me know what y'all feel. Along with that, please touch that like button. You know, share this. We talked about that. You promised me if I earned it, your subscription, you promised me at the beginning if I earned it, you would give it to me at the end. And I'm just here to remind you and ask you to please keep your word, brother or sister. Last but not least, notification bell, keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces in the future. This is the self-proclaimed greatest celebrity news reporter on YouTube at this time, Soda TV. And in fact, the real Soda TV, written down there. I'm out.